Hello everyone, welcome to the Parkland Films channel, and today I am going camping and canoeing by myself down this beautiful little creek here. It's thankfully a short drive from where I live, and I've had my wife and kids canoeing down this and kayaking, and it's a beautiful spot that we all know about, and it's our little secret, and we love coming here. I love coming here. I've been coming here for years on my snowmobile in the winter. In fact, this year will be 30 years that I've lived out in this area, except for 3 years in the city. And it's not really that remote. There is a road over here. My wife just left a few minutes ago. She dropped me off, and she's gonna pick me up in the morning. So I'm gonna stay one night in a spot that I wouldn't say I'd always wanted to camp there, but I always stop there on my snowmobile. It's on a big hill with a view. I always take a break there and just enjoy the view. So I want to try a night of camping up there in a tent that I bought, like, I don't know, when I was really young, and it's still usable. It's a little two-man tent, and it's an instant pop-up, so the setup is really easy. And what else can I say? That this is a gorgeous spot. Oh, there's a duck about 10 feet in front of us. And they just put this cell tower up last summer. So that's how you can tell we are not that remote. It's probably to provide, well, not only cell service, but internet service to us acreage owners. And I will admit that for quite a few years our internet out here was really bad, very slow, and disconnecting, but our internet is pretty good now. We're using a cell-based internet, and it's fine. I'm an IT guy, so IT problems really get on my nerves at home, but we don't have problems with our internet anymore. Why am I talking about internet when I'm out here, right? It is pretty quiet out here. I'm gonna keep paddling this creek, and I'll catch up with you when I get to the lake. There's a lake, and I'm gonna paddle down most of it. It's not that big. And then I'm gonna beach the canoe and hike. It's just less than a kilometer up it's a fairly steep hill at some parts, up to where I want to camp. So that's what's going on. Now this creek is usually flowing really well, but there's probably a beaver dam downstream. This creek feeds the lake that I'm going to, and then the creek comes out of that lake again, and it's probably backed up at some point way up there, because normally there's a little bit of a current. There's definitely no current right now. You can see all this green duckweed. It's not an algae. They just call it duckweed, and it grows in still waters, like ponds usually. Earlier this year we had a lot of rain, and this creek was flowing like crazy. We didn't go down it because it was probably too dangerous. But yeah, love this spot. Some of you are probably wondering, is this the first time I've been in a canoe since the canoeing accident my son and I were in 2 years ago. And no, it's not actually. You can tell I'm pretty relaxed. I got no problem. This is not the canoe that went in the river, because that canoe is still in the river. I borrowed this. This is my dad's canoe. It's a good canoe for day trips, short trips. It's a 14.5 footer, so it's a little small for doing overnight trips and rapids, which my son and I love to do. So one of these days I'll get a bigger canoe, and then we do want to take that river trip again. Obviously we will not start from the Bighorn Dam because of the log jam, which has been there every year for probably decades, and nobody does anything about it. I did get a call from, let's just say, a government official that went really, really well. And I'm not going to give out his name, but he was excellent on the phone. He said he used to work at blowing up log jams years and years ago. They used to dynamite them. But someone figured a couple fish in the water might get hurt and shut that down. So now people's lives are in danger. For all those of you wondering, no, this isn't my first time in a canoe. In fact, it was in this canoe last summer with my wife. Her and I came out for an evening and paddled out onto the lake. And I didn't tell her it was my first time. She figured I'd already been in the canoe, and I was fine. First minute I got in, I was fine. No issues. So it's all good. This lake I've been on so many times, like I mentioned before, with a snow machine. I'm used to going across it at anywhere from 50 to 80, 100 kilometers an hour. So this is taking a while, but you know what? This is how you enjoy the beauty of what we have. You get to see wildlife because it's quiet, no engine running. Probably going to take me about 20 minutes to paddle to the spot where I want to pull out, and then hike up that hill. And this lake is surprisingly deep. I brought my fishing rod one time and I lowered it down until it stopped, and then I counted how many turns and how many feet of line I reeled in, and it's about 50 feet, which is quite deep for around here. Most of our lakes are shallower, like 10 to 20, or even less. Some are just 7. But yeah, so there's bound to be fish. I haven't fished much in here. I think I only fished once actually. I didn't catch anything, but I only spent 15-20 minutes actually fishing. The rest of the time I was paddling. So, and I'm fighting a wind right now, so I'm trying to make some time. Now this canoe does not have a keel, so it doesn't have a rib down the center, so you got to steer a lot. So I'm doing a J stroke here to keep the canoe straight. Otherwise I'd just be going in circles. I can hear a quad back at the road there. And I thought I heard cows mooing. I know there's some cattle over here sometimes, so they're probably there. But the sun's gonna go down in about 40 minutes. Hoping I can beach this. Well, maybe I'll be there in about 15 minutes. And then I gotta hike up that hill, which shouldn't take that long. 10 minutes, I'm gonna say. And then I pick a spot to set up the tent. And I'm gonna show you some new gear that I bought for camping and for hiking. I needed a sleeping bag that was small enough to fit in a backpack, and also an inflatable mattress to fit in my backpack. And believe it or not, I bought both of those at Walmart. They were cheap and they fit the bill, and it's warm right now. I don't need a real warm sleeping bag. Last weekend I was with a friend in Saskatchewan and I was too warm in my regular sleeping bag. I don't know what the temperature got down to that night, but I was too warm. So, should be fine here tonight. I'm gonna get closer to shore because somewhere along here is a trail, but in the winter it looks different. It's not here. I gotta go a ways. Probably another 50 yards. I mean, I could beach just about anywhere here, but I know there's a trail, and that's what I want to take. If I can't find it, I'm going to go under those spruce trees. Here. No? No. That's not it. I think this is it. Is it over here? Yeah, that's it. Found it. Never done this on a canoe. Usually we just ride our canoe around the lake. We don't try and get out, except where we launch at the road there. Oh, this will be interesting. Get up a little more. Not really, trying. Easier said than done. Take the rope with me. Wish me luck. Oh yeah. This rope might break. All right. Let's pull this up. All right, now I start hiking. I just scared a deer away. It was right there. I'm gonna be a little quieter. Hopefully you can hear me. But I just scared a deer away. It was only about 60 feet away, maybe, well, 100 feet. I know we're that way somewhere. Now what I was gonna say was, I do have bear spray. Yeah, there's typically no bears here. Not for probably in a couple hours drive, but 3 months ago, a black bear was spotted on a farm 5 or 6 miles east of here. So I'm not gonna take any chances. The mosquitoes aren't too bad right now, surprisingly. But we'll see what happens coming up. So again, I'm typically on a snowmobile going on these trails. So this is a new experience for me. I know who owns the property, so it's not a problem. Although where I want to camp, it's up on top of a hill. There is an acreage nearby. So I'm going to be super quiet and I'm going to be out of their sight. It's only one night. I'm not cooking supper, although I will be making breakfast. Breakfast is an experiment. Oh, I'm being eaten alive by mosquitoes already. Surprise, right? Guys in the bush, what do you think? I've got a thermocell on me. I didn't bring bug spray. Probably a stupid move. I just forgot is all. You can ask my wife. I wasn't supposed to go tonight, I was supposed to go tomorrow night, but the weather looked so good. I didn't want to pass up this opportunity, so here I am. Now, I don't know how many times, countless times on my Skidoo, I see moose in here. So I call this Moose Alley. And there's another place that I'm not going to hike to. It's farther. It's on the other side of the hill going down. I call that Moose Gulch. And my friend Richard and I run our sleds one day having a wiener roast in the winter, which is pretty cool. And we're not very far away, probably 50 yards away, was this big moose staring at us down the hill. Not scared of us at all, right? They're so big. Okay, signing off for now. I'll see you folks near the summit. So I just came out of the trail, which is right there. And normally we take our snow machines up here to the top there and go over there. I'm gonna take the easier route, which looks like this way. And what I was gonna say was surprising was how big these bushes look. Like in the winter, I didn't even know they were there. So when the leaves are gone, you can't see the forest for the trees. This is it. I think I'm gonna stay right here. There's the view. There's the roof of a house right there, but I'm not bothering them. We usually stop in our snow machines by that bush right there in the center of your screen. I'll walk over there later. All right, so that took a lot of energy out of me climbing that hill. And I'm glad there's a breeze here. It's cooling me down and keeping all the bugs away. So I'm just gonna chill out and cool off for a while. Take a short walk that way. I could hear a quad over there and a quad over there. but people live there down the hill. So that's probably all that is. There are some quad tracks up here, but being this late in the evening, I don't see any reason why someone would come up here on their quad. So I should be safe here the rest of the night. So let's take a little walk. Normally you can see a house here in the winter, but with the leaves, can't see anything. Oh, I see the roof of a car. Oh, there I see the house. Oh, this is weird. This isn't their property. Well, that is on their property. It's on the other side of the fence. Okay, well, we're not going to bother them. But check out this spot up here. So you see that flashing bright light here? That's the new cell tower that went up last summer. With a pair of binoculars, you can see a lot more detail, obviously. That is not the lake that I paddle on. That's a gravel pit on the other side of the road. Look at the tent. There's the tent. Way over there. This spot up here, there's a lot of evidence of deer that sleep here. You'll see a depression in the grass, you know, about 3 feet wide, 3 feet by 4 feet usually. And this little trail here is not a motorcycle or quad trail. That is from wildlife. I just walked on it, made it a little more obvious, but I think the worst animal I'm going to see up here will be a deer. And the coyotes are pretty scared of people around here. And I got spray just in case, so I'm not remotely concerned. All right, I think it's time to get in the tent and kind of set things up. All right, I'm in the tent. And I like this spot up here. I can see out my windows, I can get a view down the hill, and I can see behind me up the hill. So first thing I'll show you guys is this self-inflating mattress. And I think it's hilarious that I found it at Walmart. A friend of mine found one there and told me about it. The price was right because it's only this big, and I fit this in my backpack. And I tried it at home, and I think it's comfortable enough. My previous self-inflating mattress got a hole in it, and it was a 4-inch thick, but it never expanded that much. It'd go like 3, but it was still very comfortable. So I was worried that this wouldn't do that, but all you do is open up the valves and it starts doing its thing. And it has a built-in pillow, which is cool. It's got this Velcro to hold it together. Just makes it easier to roll up. And that's that. So I'm going to let that expand for a while. What else can I show you? Oh yeah, there's a little sleeping bag. So this sleeping bag is good for down to 10 degrees Celsius or 50 Fahrenheit. Hopefully it's warm enough. I've got a hoodie here so I can stay warm if this isn't warm enough, but it's not going to get very cold tonight. It's going to get to 14. So that's pretty nice actually. And there's so much grass under the tent. It's giving me some good cushion as well. Although this exact spot was a deer, where a deer had bedded down for the night. And I thought, hey, if it's good for the deer, it's good for me. So let's roll out this sleeping bag. Get this stuff back here. It's just got tangled together. Okay. There we go. That's that. I'm gonna show you what I've got saved for, well, for a midnight snack. I have, let's see if I can remember which pocket I put it in. Got my binoculars. I should be looking at stuff. Oh yeah, okay. Ooh, it got a bit squished. Popcorn. And I'm gonna cook that on this brand new stove I just bought. It was from Canadian Tire. I buy a lot of stuff there. And that's it for the stove. And then you use these isobutane fuel canisters. And you simply thread the canister into the bottom of the stove. And I have not used it yet to cook anything, but I have tried it. And this stove is only $25. I was really impressed. Now you shouldn't be lighting this in a tent, but I'm going to be super careful. And it's got its own lighter. How's that? So maybe in a little while I'll make some popcorn. And then tomorrow morning what I want to do is use this, because you know I'm into the reduce, reuse, recycle kind of thing. I want to try making bacon and eggs in this tomorrow. And I just realized I didn't even bring a fork, so I have a multi-tool somewhere, a Leatherman, so I'll figure that out. But yeah, that's what I've got prepared for you folks here tonight. So I'm going to put this back in my pack because there's ice in here. It's supposed to stay cool with my water and stuff. And yeah, in a little while, here's my bear spray. I'll keep that handy. Just heard some geese go over. This is an awesome spot. I love this. It's quite dark right now, and I hope that I can shelter the microphone from the wind. But this is my view out of the tent tonight. Wasn't much of a sunset, as there was some cloud over there, but I am thoroughly enjoying this. So you know what time it is? It's time to make popcorn. Okay, I got the stove going. I'm gonna peel this open. Kind of tough with one hand. There. Now, the instructions, it's pretty dark here. The camera makes it look lighter. So it should take 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, let's give this a try. And once it starts sizzling, I gotta shake it constantly. It's already sizzling. Smells good already. Gonna turn the heat down. Oh, not that far. Can't turn the heat down too much or the wind might blow it out. I've got it about as low as I can go without the wind blowing it out. Using the tent as a windbreak. And we just had a huge rainstorm overnight, so everything is somewhat damp, although where I'm sitting feels dry. But There's my view. And we got a quarter moon there. I just turned the heat up and that got it popping better. Oh, I think that's it. Sometimes these don't pop very well. And I've never used this stove before, so. Okay, let's put that out. Let that cool. And we'll just poke a little hole in here. There. There we go, there's the popcorn. A little bit of it burnt, but not much. That's a good little stove. I'm impressed. And it's still a little warm, so I'm gonna let it cool probably another 10 minutes just to be safe in the tent with that. And I'm gonna eat this as a midnight snack. Then I'm gonna go to bed. So I finished my popcorn. I'm gonna stuff it in my backpack. I forgot to bring a bag, like a plastic bag, garbage bag, but I'll stuff it in there. And it's good popcorn. It's kind of hungry. And definitely time to go to sleep. It's late enough that I will definitely fall asleep shortly. So yeah, I'm actually really impressed with this little stove here. For $25, you can't beat it. So tomorrow I'm gonna make bacon and eggs in this. This is gonna be my frying pan. I don't know if anyone's ever tried this before, but I am. The other challenge is I don't have a spoon, a fork, nothing. I do have a multi-tool stashed away in my backpack. So I'll just deal with that in the morning. And for now, going to sleep. We got a gentle breeze. There's very few clouds and it's still pretty warm. I don't know what the temperature is, but I don't need to know because I'm in the wilderness somewhat. It's just funny, there's a house right over here. So I suppose if something really stupid happened, I could run over there. But there's no bears around here. Just that one 3 months ago. And he's probably in North Battleford by now. So it's all good. All right, so we will see you in the morning.